Might take a second. There we go. We're live.
Booyah. All
All
right.
right. Yay.
All right. To just kind of initiate, so we'll do the group assignment and then see what kind of things we can do here for the Americas brief, and then or what we need to assign out so we can finish it by Monday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Okay, where is it?
Did you guys have luck finding articles for the individual assignment?
I found one that describes tort, and in it has an example of battery. So,
Sweet. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
I got very lucky.
I got one about people beating each other up and holding each other hostage, so counted that as battery and assault.
I think that's the one I did. Was it the hate crime?
The hate crime in Chicago?
Yes, it's battery. I got that one too.
Awesome. Yep, so that's the one I used.
Sweet. So should we just go around and tell each other about our articles and then our summaries and then pick what the one sounds the best?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, I can start.
Sounds good.
Okay, so mine was called Emotional Sensitivity is Clearly Getting Out of Hand.
Ooh.
And I didn't think there'd be any batteries in there, but there was. And after it gives a few examples, one from Washington by Victor Schwartz starts talking about the law of civil battery. And this means that it always includes offensive touching that offends a reasonable sense of personal dignity. So merely touching a person's clothing or even a bag or cane held by that person could satisfy that standard.
Interesting.
And it does give an example of a John Doe who intentionally touches a hat worn by the observed Jew. And this would classify under a traditional civil tort law called battery. And another fun fact is that there are no accidental or merely negligent batteries.
It's always on purpose.
Oh.
Yep.
There you go.
Cool.
That was my article.
Awesome.
I like that one a lot, actually.
That's nice that it specifically states in it about the tort of battery, too.
Yeah.
I like that. That's really good. Because I had to kind of like justify it through mine. Like this, in essence, then is a tort of battery. But
Exactly. That's what I had to do,
Yeah.
too. All right, well, I can read
Who's
mine
next?
now if everybody wants.
Go for it.
Okay, so mine's called Cook County State's Attorney Charges 4 with Hate Crimes Related to Attack Posted on Facebook. And then I put, this article describes how 4 African-American Chicago residents are being charged with, among numerous other things, aggravated, unlawful restraint, and battery. The 4 individuals in question allegedly bound and held a young mentally disabled male captive for 5 hours while streaming a 30-minute video to Facebook Live. As they cut the shirt from the victim, repeatedly beat him, cut a piece of his scalp off, and made him drink toilet water. Due to the extreme circumstances of the assault and battery, as well as the anti-white remarks that were made in the background, the incident is also being handled as a hate crime.
Interesting.
Well done. Well said.
Thanks.
So I can be brief with mine. It's basically what he just said, but I reworded it. His wording was a lot better, though. So my article is exactly the same, by exactly the same people on the exact same date. The article goes through what is being considered a hate crime in Chicago for 4 individuals who captured a disabled white teenager and streamed their verbal anti-white obscenities and attack via Facebook. The state attorney for Cook County has approved charges of the detained 4 African Americans of kidnapping, hate crimes, aggravated and unlawful restraint, and battery and burglary. The specific battery charge was approved because the individuals acted upon a threat against the white male. 4 individuals show an intentional tort of battery. But I
Nice.
like Bodie's better.
Yeah.
If we were to go for that one. So far, Alexandra's still in my first place. I really like that one.
Dang it.
I agree. All right, I can go next. Mine is called Donald Trump's campaign manager charged with battery.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's by Beth Renhard and Patrick O'Connor. It's from March 29th of 2016. So the article just tells of President Trump's campaign manager who is charged with battery after pulling a reporter forcibly by the arm away from Donald Trump. As the book states, battery is unjustified contact with somebody's body or anything to it. The action was caught on tape, and so there was significant evidence to move forward and charge the campaign manager with battery. So, I definitely like Alexander's better. But yeah, that was mine.
Well done.
Good deal.
Yes,
Yeah, that was good.
thank you.
Well, I found one that says privacy and tort law where Warren and Bannis were wrong. So this says privacy is truly propounded value for civilized society. So not really good to invade anybody's privacy. That'll cause battery and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much what I have. I don't really have much though.
All right.
Sweet. Well, shall we vote for Alexandria's, or that's my vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Wow, you
Guess it's
drew the
my
short
turn.
stick last week and this week, huh?
You're just
Okay.
too good at it.
Short stick this last week was less than this week, I think. That was
Yes.
just a question.
It was a shorter.
What I did when I made that one, I just used her little template and cut them out, put them in, and then put
Okay.
everybody's names on the top.
And her template's available on iLearn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What folder is it in? Do you know?
yeah, I got it right here. It is in standby. If you go to week, oh wow, jump back to week 2. Are we in week 2 or week 3?
Week 3.
Okay, well, so and from whatever reason, I hit the button and it sent me back to week 2. With the week 2, well, I shouldn't do that. I should do number 3. That's weird.
It's the same.
Anyway, it's definitely in week 2, but I think she has it like linked back to week 3 or week 2
Okay.
from week 3. So group activity, weekly assignment, and then there it is. Okay, it's there. So if you go to week 3 and then go to the week 3 group activity assignment, it'll be in one of the sublinks in there.
Okay.
And so
That
she's
works
the
for
one
me.
to submit that, right?
Yeah, so she'll
Yeah.
submit it with all our names, and then we're gonna have to come up with questions again, and it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay.
I have a question, guys.
Yeah.
That thing that was due Monday morning at 8:00 in the morning. Did you guys do that?
The read, the Eris.
Yeah, so I statused with her on that because I was like, it's asking me to submit something, and you just told me to read something. But apparently, all we had to do was read it. There was nothing that should have been submitted. She just had a Dropbox on it for whatever reason. It didn't want it to be there.
Okay. So then, this coming Monday, is there going to be something else to do then?
I don't know.
So there's the emeritus. There's 2 things that we have to do. There's the emeritus brief individual assignment that we have to do, and that's due on Monday, and then our group assignment's due on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, so there is an individual assignment from the America's Brief.
Yeah, I don't know if you do the group assignment, if you do the individual assignment as well. I assume you do, but
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Wait,
And so
what did you just say? If you do it, you don't do it, or if you do it, you would do it as well?
I think you do both. You do both.
Okay,
I
got
think from
That's
what
what-
I've
that's how I-
gathered.
So on the America's Brief, the one that's the individual assignment, it obviously doesn't give you the entire case like we have for our group assignment.
Right.
So on that one, we're supposed to use something from the reading of this week, right?
Yeah. To say
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
So we have to show a law or something from the text of chapter 19.
I think so. That basically tells why you think it should end the way you're saying it should end. Why you're trying to explain why a certain outcome should happen, whatever outcome you think is the best outcome.
Where's
Does that make
the
sense?
individual one?
It's It's under.
Oh, wait. Read week 3 fact case. Follow the instructions here. Submit
So
your
right,
brief.
yeah, right above the group case presentation, it says week 3 amicus certi brief.
Mhm.
I see it. I got it. Okay. I was wondering why there was 2 articles because I was reading one and then there was another one. Okay, got it.
Okay. And then the group one's just more in depth. That actually shows the case law and what happened with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to teach the class basically what happened and why it happened, and teach them so they understand why what happened.
Right.
Have you guys all read it?
Yeah.
So I read it, and the entire way through, I thought they were going to kick her out the door and tell her she had no basis. And then at the end, it says, like, case. What's it say? It says reversed and remanded for trial.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, like, the entire way, they're like saying how this case is different. It doesn't affect it this way. It doesn't work this way either. It doesn't work this way. But then they just reversed it. Like, did it make sense to anybody why they reversed it?
I wonder if it,
No.
well, what kind of, it was, oh, I don't know, because it was a court of appeals, and then it's saying it's going to trial now, but I don't think the appeal is kind of where it ends, I thought.
Yeah, so she appealed it. So originally they told her that Ford did nothing wrong. That
Right.
they didn't use her voice, they didn't say it was her, they didn't pretend like it was her. She did nothing wrong. But then at the end of it, it says that they reversed the decision and remanded the case to trial.
Oh, so is that in essence the appeal? Or
So I guess in essence she won the
Yeah.
appeal. It's going to trial now.
got it. Okay. And then we're supposed to determine what should happen based off the trial.
And I think we're supposed to explain to the rest of the class why it was reversed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think we're just teaching them what the rest of the case says and why what happened. But I'm not really sure why it happened.
I know that's how I am.
So, okay. So
So I think they reversed it because they were saying that it was a pirate to her identity. And so saying like all the other things and saying why like those other things didn't work, and then in the end I think the last couple of paragraphs says why they did reverse it. Because it didn't have anything to do with copywriting or anything like that. It's because it was pirating her identity because a voice is super personal or something like that. At least that's what I understand from it.
Okay. And so in the assignment, so in the instructions we did, it gives us like 3 basic things we need to do. Is we need to state what we believe the outcome is supposed to be, but we already know the outcome? Is that what I'm getting?
So on the personal one, we're supposed to state what the outcomes. So on the personal one, the week 3 amicus certi brief.
Right. That's for those instructions.
Yes. All it gives us is the first
Right. Yeah.
4
The case.
paragraphs of the case.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to personally go through and say, okay, well, I think that she should win or she should lose or
So
whatever.
I didn't know if they still applied. I don't know if they still applied to the big one in the end. Okay. Never mind.
So
Cool. So let's go back.
So how do you guys want to go about explaining this to the rest of the class then?
That is a good question.
Good place to start right there.
Yeah.
I don't really get like in the instructions. She's like, you may present the information using any format you deem appropriate: musicals, puppet shows, movies, and songs. I'm just like, how the junk are you supposed to do those sort of things when we all live? Like, are we supposed to do a puppet show with each other? Like, really know how to do that.
I don't know about you guys. Personally, I feel like a PowerPoint would be the easiest way because we could just all create a slide for the portion we're in charge of and then.
Or a Google Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
I agree, but one of the things that we're graded on is visual aids, enhance quality of presentation. So somehow we need to have visual aids as part of our presentation.
And you can add visual aids onto Google Docs. I had to do it for Pakistan.
Nice.
Okay,
Probably
cool.
It just looks weirder.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know how creative you can get with this, but we'll do it.
The example she had, they made like a whole stinking clay movie out of the thing.
I know.
Good heavens.
Okay, quick question. For the group assignment, do you think I should include the IP address so she can go look at the article?
Sure, why not? That wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's required, but why not?
Okay. Just wanted to check all my bases.
So as far as let's finish that one off real fast. So she's got the whole article already, but we need to come up with the questions, right? So
Yes.
what? I guess we got to decide what kind of question we're going to ask this time.
What counts as battery?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
And then have someone pick a good one, and then the rest pick a wrong one.
Okay. All right. Well, you picked the good one last week, and I wrote the article, so I'll pick the good one this week, and I'll actually have you guys review it to make sure what I'm saying is correct.
Awesome.
Unless someone else would like it, actually. I just realized that's the easy one. Would someone else like to do that one?
So just so I understand, our question is going to be like, what constitutes battery? And then each one of us is coming up with a separate answer.
Basically, yeah. And then one right answer and then three wrong answers, I think, right?
Yeah, it's 3 wrong answers.
Or we can say what doesn't constitute as a battery and have
And
one
throw it
person
off
pick a
to it
wrong
like
one.
Italysis, because everyone gets thrown off by the
Yeah.
italysis.
I could do a wrong one.
I can do a wrong one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Here.
I'll stick with
So
the,
are we
the right one.
doing, which one are we doing? Are we doing what does constitute or what doesn't constitute?
Yes. What does constitute as battery or assault?
Okay. And so do you want us to just do kind of the same thing we did last time where everyone sent it to me or sent it to you? Everyone sends it to you? Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
This
You do that.
is by tomorrow evening, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so where do we start with this group assignment? Like, what's the best way to divvy up? Like, how? I don't know what the best way to do this is.
Well, let's see. How many different times does it list an example and why this case has nothing to do with that example?
One.
Goes Nancy Sinatra,
Yep.
Bert Lahr, California Civil Code, Motschenbacher,
Law versus Adele Chemical Co. Yeah, Mostenbacher versus R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company.
So is there 5 of them?
And then listening. Wait, hold on. I don't know what that is. Oh no, that's the thing. 1, 2. Oh, Hallecky versus United Artists Communications 3. 4. 5. Yeah, I think we got 5.
Okay, and so there's 5 of us plus what's her name?
Simone.
Simone.
Right? That's how you say her name, right? Simone.
Yeah, Simone.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So each of us could take, I don't know, one of the wrong ones and say why that didn't work out, and then the last person can say why it was appealed. I don't know.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Idea.
I like that. Cool. Like, what do you guys? How do you want to divvy it up? Who wants to take?
I'll take a wrong one.
I pick a wrong one.
I can
Okay.
take a wrong one as well.
I'll take a wrong one too.
I'll
this time.
take a-
I think the
We'll give
right one.
we'll give Simone the right one.
There we
Cool.
go.
Perfect.
I can
All
do
right, so
I can do the Brett Lahr Adele Chemical. Is that all right, or does anybody else want that one?
no,
Go ahead.
good. Wait, which one's the
Works for
is
me.
Sinatra the right one? Which one was the right one? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think all of them had different aspects of being right and why they wouldn't work for her case.
Right, and how they would not.
So yeah, so most of these people won their cases. Like Lar won because it was unfair. They curtailed his market.
Right.
Her market isn't commercials. And Moschenbacher won because they used his car, but they didn't use anything of hers. Sinatra,
I see what you're
Sinatra
saying.
won because she had pretty much trademarked that song.
Yeah.
And so I think each of them shows why they won and then how it doesn't necessarily fit her case. And then right at the end, it just says, but because of this whole listing voice thing that you just talked about, that's why she won, is because a singer manifests herself through song, and to impersonate her voice is to pirate her identity.
Right. So I guess do we want to use the cases in here to justify the end? Just like this is why? Is that kind of the point we want to make across? Is like they brought up this case because and to justify what you just read?
That works for me. Just kind of show how it's similar, but what the difference was.
Yeah.
Just I guess just not that anybody else would think of these other things anyways, but to show why these other things wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Take the pros and the cons and how it applied. Okay. Well, hey, if no one will take Sinatra, I'll go for it.
I'll do the tobacco one. Has anyone said that one yet?
No.
The
Is that
Moschenbacher?
Mossenbacher? No.
Okay, I'll do that one.
There's still Halakai versus United States and where's the other one?
There's the California Civil Code 3344.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that one.
And then who's doing Lar versus Adele?
I've got that one.
Got it. Okay.
Quick question. Where are we? I'm trying to find like where you're reading at.
In here.
Sorry guys. Wow. So we are in, if you go to week 3 and then you go to the wait a second, how to get there. Stand by.
You can also just go to welcome and look on.
Okay, I'm at welcome. And is it group case presentation?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So aren't we supposed to do the Midler versus Ford Motor Company?
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Okay.
Okay. You were like saying Sinatra and all that, and
Yeah,
I was like,
it's-
I'm so lost.
No, so these are cases that they used inside of that case
Oh,
to kind
okay.
of prove their point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Let me.
Yeah, Bette Midler. So still technically on the
Okay.
Sinatra level, sort of.
Okay.
Wait, let me catch up as well. So it's in the.
So go to the welcome folder, and then it says group case presentation instructions.
Okay.
And then we should be the first. Yeah, first
Yeah,
one.
we're
1
first
to 6.
week. And it's Midler versus Ford Motor Company. And we're each taking one of the examples given in that case that was for against it, right?
I think the common. I think it's like a for and against like what things worked in the
Okay.
case to help like support it, and then those things that like didn't, like kind of what Aaron was saying, like they didn't really help her out at all.
So I just read through the instructions again. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But it says that on top of explaining why the case turned out the way it does, we also need to create a gospel insight.
Whoa.
It says
Yay.
you should include a thought about a gospel lesson or principle that the case can help us better understand. And that's at the top of that group case presentation instructions.
So this entire time, I haven't been able to use any humor in any of the examples. Like they just gave you one for the homework. Like it was pretty straightforward. You couldn't be funny about it. This one, I think I could be funny about with. Like in the case of Nephi versus Laman and Lemuel, like we could totally have fun with this one.
Oh, I'm excited.
It looks like
Totally have fun.
you're gonna.
Stick to your strengths, right? Okay, so Do we have all of them divvied up now?
I don't have one, and neither does Simone.
Okay. Okay, so there's the Time Inc., Time Incorporated versus Hill.
Okay.
And then there is, we already have Adele. Halakai, or Halakai, or how I don't know how to say that, versus United States Artist Communication.
I can do the Time Inc. versus Hill.
And then Michael, do you have one?
No, I don't see where you guys are talking about that part.
Okay, so if you, did you pull up the that thing that she led you to?
Yes, I'm on that.
If you scroll down a little bit, you'll kind of see it sporadically throughout. They'll be italicized, so it's kind of hard to see. So you have to find like, at least this is how I'm finding it. If there's an easier way, somebody speak. But you'll kind of scroll down, and like the second page, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth paragraph down, second sentence, you'll see in italics, Time Incorporated versus Hill. And that they're referencing a case right there.
Yeah.
And they kind of do that throughout the entire document, so there's different ones.
And then we have to take each one and describe how it helped her and how it didn't help her.
Right? Is
Right.
that what we're, is that the common consensus?
That's the way that I understand it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
And then we're all
Add some
putting it
structure with
on
this.
Google PowerPoint so we can all work on it.
Yeah.
So
I
does
can
that
set
leave,
that one up right now,
Okay.
or at least
Cool.
attempt to.
And you can just send us the link in the chat box.
Yeah.
does that leave
So
Simone
how are we
with the
gonna-
gospel point then, or
Oh yeah, that could work. I was trying to. Okay, so I guess Michael, if you wanted to do, let me see, what page is this? Page. Where did it go? There's one more. Where'd it go? All right, Control Find. There it is. Page 3, second paragraph. Halakai versus the United Artists Communications Incorporated. So we're gonna have to look up these cases, aren't we?
Yes.
Because they're not okay.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think the article basically tells you what the importance of it is.
I think
How that case.
That's from the case.
Yeah, I think it just tells you basically why this case is affecting the lady. So you probably don't need to actually look it up. You just need to read your part of the section, and it'll tell you why it's important, why it's not important. You could look it up and get more info from it. But I don't think these PowerPoint slides should be super long or in depth.
So the example one that they gave us for the group presentations was the Webster versus Blue Ship Tea Room. Their PowerPoint was 9 slides long, and that included a cover slide.
Okay.
So
And we somehow need to have.
It says the presentations are supposed to take under 10 minutes for someone to go through.
And somehow we need to incorporate visual aids into everything that we do.
Maybe find
Okay.
pictures on Google to add to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, and then just like and then add it to your page, like, and then I mean you can add as many as you want or as few as you want to make
Yeah.
it work.
Mhm.
And then so the Google Docs, like you're doing a Google Doc presentation, right? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, like we could get funky with it. Like I've never really used the presentations on Google, but I've used them and I've used a lot of PowerPoints, and if they offer the same types of things online, I can go back in and kind of edit them through to make them fun.
Yeah, we could.
We'll animate the
That'll be
stuff and
good.
things.
Gospel topic, like how the gospel relates to this case.
I think that may be a good idea. To maybe Simone, does she want to take it?
Sure.
Sure.
That sounds
And
awesome.
then, is there any?
She's not here to defend
Are we
herself.
gonna have
So.
someone that kind of? Yeah, we can give her whatever we want.
Hey, this is a recording. She's hearing this.
Oh, love you.
Thanks for volunteering.
Sure, volunteered.
But are we gonna have someone that kind of wraps it up into or what happened? Do all these
I think we need to
cases?
have someone do like a opening slide and a closing slide. Does that make sense? Like how you have an introduction to
What
like
I
this
mean
is
is
what
like-
it's about, and then a
what I-
closing.
One of the cases like explain why end result happened, or do we need someone to explain why the end result happened? That process.
I think that the last one that they went over is somebody doing listening and voice. That last part where it's the second to last paragraph in the case, because that's kind of the one that sums up why it was reversed and remanded back to trial.
Has anyone been assigned that one?
Nope. It wasn't.
I can take care of that one as well if you want.
No.
And so it's not really a case. That's just what the defense or the prosecution, whatever it's called, used to get it remanded back.
Okay, I'm cool.
So I can
That if
kind
you
of
want
do the conclusion slides if you'd like.
Okay, I'll do intro then.
Cool.
Perfect.
Well, that was fun. All right, so what? I guess we'll collude over the next few days regarding what to do and how to do it and stuff. Do we just want to keep going back and forth on the Google Doc and just keep editing our own stuff? And then when, I guess on this time frame, when do we want to be finished with it?
It's Saturday.
I agree.
Yeah.
When is the due date for it to be completely submitted?
It should be. I think it's Monday morning at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Saturday sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm just finishing
All right.
with
So
the
Saturday evening,
presentation,
try and make sure cool.
so I can give it out to
And
people.
then, what was it? It was the what constitutes battery? That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And just
And then I'm doing the right answer. Okay.
Yeah.
that's what I was making sure is I'm doing an incorrect answer.
I'm doing
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone else is incorrect. I'll be the right. Yeah. Do the right one.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. See you
Yeah.
guys later.
So we'll be in touch. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You too.